What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Off the rip, big shout out to my home girl, representing Northampton, representing NN District, no doubt about it. Chantelle Cameron for coming through. Listen, I can't lie to you, man. I'm hurting right now. Why am I hurting? Eubank. Who else is there? What other clowns? Eubank, Fury. I lost so much coins, so much money got burnt off here. I saw the odds. I think going into the fight, Katie Taylor was a huge favourite. You put 100 quid on Chantelle and you'd get 245 back, 250 back. I think maybe even 300. In fact, for points, I think it might have been 400 bucks. You put 100 down. This fight was never going to be a stoppage. Most women fights aren't stoppages, especially at the top level. In fact, I can't remember the last time kind of an undisputed, or even a champion versus champion went to a stoppage. So anyway, the point I'm making is I could have put 100 bucks on and made 400 back. I didn't. I blame all the other cornballs, like Eubank, for getting chinned. Got my fingers burned. But anyway, huge love to Chantelle. She did what she's supposed to do, and all the men out there, AJ, need to watch this one. This is how you do someone smaller than you. And by the way, AJ wasn't just 5 pounds bigger. Chantelle went in there. I do think her game plan, she almost fought into Katie's plan towards the end of the fight. But for the first 4 or 5 rounds, the jab was stiff and Katie really had no answers. I think Chantelle could have made this a lot easier for herself, truth be known. Big stiff jab and then something heavy on the end. I think towards the end she started, in a way, I think she just had no respect for Katie. She was happy to go in there and before the fight, I think, or even after the fight maybe, she said, I don't mind getting hit. And that's something that I've been saying for a while. Having some guts in this game right now. I've got a video coming soon. Dana White said in the last few days, I'm not saying, listen, Katie Taylor's, as far as women's boxing goes, I've never rated Katie's skills, but either way, she's undisputed champion. She's represented her sport well. She's never ducked no one. And the fact she went up, full respect to Katie. But the fact of the matter is, Dana White said, in this generation, if you've got some balls, you can go all the way. There's so many twinks out there. There's so many femboys out there who don't want to get stuck in. Ryan Garcia, Anthony Joshua, Devin Haney. They give the woof, they give the push at the press conference, don't want to get stuck in when it comes to it. Chantelle Cameron came wading forward. Now, it was to her detriment, but still, you can bet your bottom dollar, if Chantelle had gone in there, like AJ versus Usyk, and tried to box with Katie, she was never going to, she barely got the fight trying to be Golovkin. The first 5 rounds, she looked like a female Golovkin. Strong jab, and then heavy shots come on the back end. Towards the end, it devolved and it was all a bit scrappy. I still don't understand why. And the key reason why I've never rated, not rated, but obviously she's undisputed champion, but one of the things that never turned me on to Katie is, all women's boxing in general is thrashy. I can't understand why they can't kind of dig a shot. They all kind of just end up doing the rock'em sock'em. Maybe I'm speculating, maybe I'm theorising, but Chantelle's got that ramrod jab. If she was putting her punches more, don't get me wrong, she was methodical. Her body work was 8 or 9 out of 10. She was working beautifully up and down. And bottom line is, man, my nitpicking or not, this was a domineering win. I think the judges, listen, when I heard 115, I thought, that's exactly why I didn't put no money on. Because when I heard this weren't a 150, don't get me wrong, it wasn't I don't know what you call it. I think there's 10 rounds, 6, 4. That's the worst I could go, obviously, because the next one will be a draw. There's no way it was a draw, not in a month for Sundays. Even in Ireland, it couldn't have been a draw. Chantelle was on the front foot, and not just on the front foot walking into shots, she was on the front foot. She didn't have no respect. She was on Katie, and that's how you do it. I'm not saying it's easy, but that's what you got to come with at the top of this game. When your belts, AJ, listen, when your belts are on the line, that's what we need to see. Sometimes you got to give one to take one, and Cameron was given 2 to take one. Katie, for a while, has looked, I think it was the Pursoon fight. The Pursoon fight, she looked bedraggled almost, tired. She looked bedraggled and tired again. Now, I'm not sure exactly, but I think Katie Taylor must be 35 now. And women, they get older quicker as well, in that sense. Women can't have babies past a certain age. They seem to wear earlier. Equally, I think women start earlier as well. Women, what's the word? mature earlier. So it's not a shock to see that Katie's fading. Can she come back in the rematch? Listen, I've got Cameron doing it. I think Cameron, like I said, if Cameron tightened some of the things up, I think her defense was a bit, not, it was solid, but towards the end, as she got tired, that's what gave Katie any chance. The only time I saw Katie have any success was when Cameron was just on her, walking forward, like a prime Golovkin. Now, some people have said, I think Clarissa Shields said, oh, look at the faces. I have to admit, I am someone, I don't do the whole traditional rounds BS, man. I know if someone's won a fight or not. Yeah, bottom line. You either won the fight or you didn't. There's no rounds about it. But I do score damage. And Katie's face, or Chantelle's face, was more touched than Katie's. But equally, that's what happens when you're storming forward all night. That has to count for something. Storming forward all night and have no respect for someone and putting shots together. And Katie was backing up, and I wouldn't even say she wasn't pot-shotting. I've seen Mayweather pot-shot Canelo all night. It wasn't one of them ones. It was Chantelle was so desperate to get her hands on her and had no respect for what was coming back, and she got hit. What can you do about that? For me, that's part of the game. If you're happy to get hit, yeah, and hit the person back, well, that's what it is. You can't then say, listen, if you're boxing someone, if you're trying to outbox someone, and your face ends up, if it's a pure boxing match, yeah, and your face ends up more touched than your opponent, I get that. But when you're storming forward, you can't go into water and not get wet. So I completely discount that in this occasion. For people coming forward, you're never not gonna get hit. It's impossible. So yeah, Chantelle, I don't see. I mean, I've got a video coming tomorrow. I'm gonna do one on that separately. But Chantelle said she wants Katie's belts at 135, and I respect that to the utmost degree. I can't lie. Chantelle was the bigger fighter, as we know. Chantelle's the 140-pound champion. She was noticeably bigger, so I respect. And that's what I like about these kind of fighters. Bivol, Chantelle. It's easy to say, oh yeah, I'll do it again at my weight. But to come down, that's the truth. Now we're going to find out what Katie's made of. Yeah? You lost the fight convincingly. And the only time Katie was in the fight was when Chantelle was offering her into the fight. That's how I saw it. I never saw Katie really make any of her own roads. The only time she had success was when that's the one thing Chantelle was doing. She kept falling short with the right hand. But either way, Chantelle or Katie only had success, from what I saw, when Chantelle was overcommitting or when Chantelle was falling short. There was nothing, There was nothing active or progressive from Kate. I never saw her set the pace, or I never saw her push the pace. Maybe the last round she came up, but that's too late then. It's no good turning up in the last round. Chantelle was on this chick. And I respect it even more that she hasn't thought, wait there a minute. Bear in mind, the rematch really, she's got that in the bag, assuming Katie wants it. So from a money point of view, Chantelle could say, listen, the fight's easy for me at 140 or easier at 140. Why bother challenging myself? But the fact she's come out and said, I want to go down and take Katie's belts. Now we get to see if Katie, I don't think she will. I think, listen, I've got a lot of respect for Katie in terms of what she's done in the sport. But this is the time you find out what's really going on in your head. Because look at Canelo. Many people would say Canelo's a true champion. Canelo got whooped by Bivol. Ain't no one trying to see. There's no chance. If I'm wrong, fair play, yeah. But at 175, Bivol will bring a saddle with him to that fight. Canelo versus Bivol at 175 is equestrian. You're going to put a saddle on him and giddy him up all the way back to Guadalajara 100%. There's no doubt about that one. In fact, he might even giddy up from Las Vegas down to Guadalajara and back up again. That's how much he'll get rode at 175, 100%. My only worry for Bivol on that fight is that he'll get saddle sauce. Yeah? He'll have to make sure he's got a nice 100% genuine leather saddle. He can get ridden. But the point I'm making is, Canelo, people say, oh, you're a true champion. If you're a true champion, you got your chops popped at 175. Don't now be strategic. Oh, well, I'm happy to lose at 175, but I don't want the guy who beat me to come and take my belts. That's the true thing. Because we've all got, listen, I've already conceded. Chantelle was clearly the bigger fighter. And that's fine. She won. She's bigger. Chantelle's now said, I'm coming for your belts at 135. This is where you see. Because really, even though financially, I'm not sure if Eddie Hearn's done a rematch clause, that means Katie Taylor's going to still hold the power in the rematch. Nonetheless, I ain't trying to hear about no contracts. I talk about the spirit of the game, and right now, Chantelle is the first woman to take Katie Taylor's. Popped her cherry. Bottom line, listen, let's not get too graphic here, but she popped her cherry, man. Took her virginity, man. End of the day, it's an L. Yeah? So as far as the boxing gods go, Chantelle Cameron has got Katie Taylor's soul. That used to mean something. I've took your soul, and now I want you at your own weight. And I think it's a more intriguing fight. Same as the Bivol situation. Bivol doesn't need more weight. Yeah? You got whooped. Bivol don't need any more advantages. Let's bring it down. Bivol lose some weight. And that means it should be a more intriguing fight. And I feel the same in this situation. I don't see what Katie gonna do in the rematch at 140. However, at 135, with Chantelle with £5 less, we're talking even Stevens here. In terms of, there's no edge, there's no excuse. It's easy to go up here. Not easy, but I'm undisputed at 135. So I'll go up to 140 and have a go there. If I get the belts, great. If not, I can come back. That's a safe place to be. Strategically, financially, it's good. But listen, if you're a true champion, it's at 135, the rematch, 100%. Chantelle versus Katie Taylor at 135. Bottom line. That's what it must be. And if I was Team Cameron, I mean, listen, these people are respectful, yeah, but I'll be saying, listen, I know what Eddie Hearn's like. Eddie Hearn's already been out here shilling for Canelo. Bivol needs to understand that Canelo's at A-side, so it's at 175. Listen, scrap all that. Eddie trying to make money. Eddie knows he don't want Katie to get popped at 135 because then the Amanda Serrano thing's gone and whatever else is gone. Yeah? I ain't trying to hear that. I'm speaking from the boxing gods. They tell me, you want your soul back. That should be listen, money will come and go. Your soul is in Chantelle Cameron's pocket right now. Katie, do you want your soul? I'm not saying, Katie may well say, boom. But the fact of the matter is, if you want your soul back, that's the way to do it. And listen, the great thing is about the 135 fight is that if Katie beats Chantelle at 135, they can then do a three-way, a trilogy at 140 again. You know what I mean? It kind of makes sense then. Okay, wait there a minute. Chantelle won the 141. Katie won the 135 one. Now Katie's shown that, you know what I'm saying? She's shown her belts ain't going nowhere at 135. Then Katie should step up again and say, listen, I've got your number now. But double 140, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Katie comes back at 140 and wins the fight, but I ain't trying to see it right now. I'm trying to see the 135 one. And I also think in terms of the buzz as well, obviously the Irish fans will show up again, but it's a whole different ball game when you're seeing your champion at their weight, with their belts, with the person who beat them. So yeah, if I was team, I mean, fair play. I forgot the guy's name now. I think it's Jamie Moore, the guy who trains. I'm not sure if he's managed by Jamie, but either way, the guy who trains him. I like him because, listen, Josh Taylor got popped. Well, Josh Taylor went life and death with Catterall, and Josh Taylor got the rematch, and they've been quite vocal. Now, like I said, Katie's very humble, and I respect how she's behaved after the fight. But still, respect goes so far. Yeah, if Katie Taylor respects what needs to be respected, she'll understand why the fight needs to happen at 135 now. This whole shtick of, I need to go and avenge where I lost. No, you don't. Canelo's come with all the excuses. I don't want to fight 168 because people were saying weight training before. Not one person with sense is saying Bivol gonna be weight drained. After all, that's my point here. Bivol and Chantelle Cameron, they have both advised it. They want it there. Do you understand? That's the key difference here. No one's saying, if Chantelle Cameron was saying it's 140 or nothing, if Bivol was saying it's 175 or nothing, I get that. But when people who have taken your soul want you at your weight, that's on them. Don't tell me about no weight thing. If Bivol didn't want it there, if Cameron didn't want it there, they wouldn't have said it. And you have to respect the sport to say, wait a minute, this guy's beat me. Yeah, financially, Eddie Hearn will have the contract sewn up that Katie's going to get 50 or 60% still, whatever it is. For whatever. But this is deeper than the financials and the contractuals. I believe the person who beats you, it's one of them ones. Yeah, they had their way with you in the ring, and now they want their way with you wherever else they want it. It's a bit like in jail. Yeah, if you're in jail in a jail cell, and there's some big bull, he can have, for the most part, he can have his way with you wherever he wants it. Yeah. So even though society is not in a jail cell, it's the same principle. You have to respect that. Wait there a minute. I'm in this cell. He big, he a bull, and it's one of them ones. Oops, it's over for me right now. Yeah? Wherever he want it on top bunk, he want it on bottom bunk. What can you do? He got you. He took your soul. Yeah? But anyway, once again, salute to Chantelle. She did it as well against, that's what's key here. She did it against the odds. Many fighters, I mean, the crowd was shocking, truth be known. I think Katie Taylor won 2 rounds just on the, I can't lie, it was deafening. Katie Taylor won 2 rounds at least, probably, just from the crowd. Whenever Chantelle did something well, you didn't hear nothing. Katie did a few things well, and you heard it, it went crazy. So to go in there against not only the bookies odds, but the vibe odds as well, she showed that she's really about it. And both women, to be fair, even though Katie lost, yeah, both women showed in that fight. There was a few occasions. And yeah, women don't punch as hard as men, yeah, but in theory it's all relative. It's not all relative, because, yeah, but anyway, in theory it's all relative. Meaning that there were several points in that fight, both of them got stuck in. Both of them did what AJ couldn't do, big buff looking dude. I'm tired of seeing big buff dudes. Why are the women doing more than the big buff ones? Full of testosterone, yeah? Testosterone make you a man, apparently, allegedly. Why this big buff 250-pound dude in there playing tic-tac-toe with? Usyk was how many pounds lighter? 30 pounds. Chantelle only had 5 pounds. Yeah? How can a man be 30 pounds bigger and he's in there flapping it twice? You flapped it twice, AJ. I'm sick of it. And you took my money as well. I told you before, AJ, send my cash up back, 100%. I need my bag back. You lost me a bag on that first Usyk fight, you big clown. Send it back, 100%. Yeah? 30 pound weighted. Oh, weight don't mean nothing. Well, it meant something in all the other fights with people who have a bit of spirit. Yeah? Bivol made it work. Chantelle made it work. You can't make 30 pounds work for you. What? Wait a minute. Even if it was 20 pound, even if it was 25 pound, even if it was 15 pound, how can you not make 15 pound, 20 pound, 30 pound work for you? Explain it. Big buff dude as well. Yeah? Oh, my name AJ. I'm going to take some pictures with some hood dudes. Get in the ring. Get stuck in. Cornball. Anyway. Salute to Chantelle. Really happy for her. I just wish that I wish I'd have backed it, kind of thing, one of them ones. But then again, the judges, man, you know what I mean? We only needed we only needed 1 round, and it could have gone. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, I wish I'd have backed it to represent the county, kind of thing. But you know what I mean? These judges. That's the problem with the sport today. You just can't trust nothing, can you? You can't trust things are going to go how they're supposed to go. 115. What was it? I think it was 114, 114. It was some crazy draw thing. There was no draw about this fight. I think Katie knew. Katie's body language as well. And that's enough. I do have to say about Katie's trainer. Katie's trainer, delusional. Oh, we won that round. We winning. These trainers are shocking. Really, in that fight, I think there's maybe 1 or 2 rounds that I'd have told her you won this round. For sure. Maybe 1 or 2. For Katie. And the guy in there every round, yeah, you won this round. Anyway, again, salute to Chantelle. She represents Northampton differently. And 100%. I'm looking forward to see what she can do at 135. Katie need to take a challenge at 135. We ain't trying to see no random looking ass 140 rematch. Although it won't be a bad fight, but yeah, I can see Cameron not losing a round in that one, truth be known. If she didn't want to. If she went in there and just stuck that ramrod jab out and kept it simple. Jab, 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 big right hand. Jab, 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 big uppercut. Jab, 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 big right hook. I don't see what Katie can do. Katie's kind of like a thrasher. If you stand with her too long, she'll start thrashing and use her speed. But if you keep it long, I'm not sure what. I think that's where Amanda Serrano, she was a smaller fighter. I think that's key here. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, and leg off the bell. Know that about this one.